So at this point, our players route is pretty much finished. We can go and click on different players and get their information. And now what we want to do is we want to do that exact same thing for our teams route. So the final version of this looks like this, where we can now select a team and we will get some information about that team and an option to go to that team's page. So this is going to look really similar to what we did on the players component. We're going to use the sidebar component that we created a few videos ago. We're also going to get our teams by calling get team names, which is going to come from our API file. Now, as always, we want to have some state on this component, team names, which is an array, and then we want to know if we're loading, which by default we'll set to true. And then when the component mounts, we want to go ahead and fetch the information about our team names. So we can do that by calling get team names. That's going to return us a promise that when it resolves, we will have the team names. And then we can call this .setState, updating our component state. So loading at this point will become false, and then we'll update team names. And then now the last thing we want to do is just grab the team names off of our state and render those to the view, assuming that we're not loading. So what we'll do is let's grab some properties off our state as well as our props. So we'll grab loading as well as team names from these component states. And then we'll grab location as well as match coming from props by React Router. And then now we render our sidebar component, passing it a few different things. We'll pass it loading, title, which we will just say is teams, list is going to be all of our team names, and then we want to pass down all of our props, specifically our router props. And then now, again, if we are at /teams, if the user hasn't already selected a team and we're not loading, we want to show select a team. So the way we can do that again is we'll say if loading is false and path name equals /teams, then let's render a div, class name of sidebar instruction, we'll say select a team, and then if those two things aren't true, we will just go ahead and render null. So now if we look at our teams page, what we should see is we get our list of teams right here in the sidebar. And if the user hasn't already selected a team, we get select a team.